Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now are the main headlines. Shias worldwide commemorate the 23rd demise anniversary of Imam Sayyid Muhammad al-Shirazi. Inspired by Sayyid al-Shuhada alayhi salam, who is Hussein, charity continues to support poor people worldwide. EU's new migration pact to have devastating effects, says NGO. And two extremists burn copy of the Holy Quran in front of Grand Mosque of Stockholm on Eid. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Yunus Dawood and you're watching Shia Waves live from London, only on Imam Hussein TV 3. Shia Muslims around the world commemorated today, Thursday the 2nd of Shawwal, the 23rd demise anniversary of Imam Sayyid Muhammad al-Shirazi. May Allah the Almighty bless his soul. Believers extended their condolences to the Supreme Religious Authority, Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq al-Hussein al-Shirazi and the noble Shirazi family on this painful anniversary. Many Husseyniyat and Shia centers around the world have been holding mourning gatherings for the late Imam, recording his scholarly status and the great sacrifices he made during his esteemed religious leadership. Several scholars, researchers and thinkers emphasize the stature of the late Imam al-Shirazi and his deep jurisprudential knowledge, encyclopedic legacy and authentic thought inspired by the Holy Quran and the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. They pointed out that his eminence was distinguished by his objective approach and was truly an Imam for Muslims and a role model for scholars, warriors and activists. The UK-based Who is Hussein charity emphasized on its official website that the legacy of Imam Sayyid al-Shuhada alayhi salam should spread worldwide to introduce his great sacrifices and what he offered for the happiness and liberation of humanity from oppression. The organization congratulated Muslims and the world on the occasion of Eid al-Fitr, emphasizing the need for providing support and assistance to the needy and the poor. In a message released on Eid al-Fitr, the charity said that the sacrifices made by Imam Abu al-Ahrar alayhi salam and his courage and determination in confronting oppressors and supporting the oppressed are the greatest lessons that humanity must learn. It added that his volunteer teams, inspired by the noble message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, continue to provide support to various groups of society and to all followers of different sects and religions around the world. In the name of Imam Hussein, the organization pointed out that through such humanitarian campaigns, it seeks to create a positive impact and extend a helping hand to those in need, especially in light of the difficult living conditions, economic deterioration, and security challenges in many countries around the world. A Spanish NGO on Wednesday cautioned about the devastating effects of the EU's new migration pact on migrants and refugees, Anadolu agency has reported. Spanish Refugee Commission CEAR has criticized the plan for making it easier for European countries to violate human rights, the Turkish news agency added. The main goal is to block people from arriving and if they do arrive, expel them as quickly as possible, said CEAR in a statement. The organization has also expressed concerns about externalizing EU borders, imposing more obstacles to asylums and increasing pressure on border states like Spain. It also denounced the pact solidarity mechanism, which would allow EU states to pay a certain amount for migration projects for every migrant or refugee it refuses to take in. The Spanish NGO also warns that parts of the law could turn European borders into spaces without rights, in which poor reception conditions and excessive use of detention are normalized, despite the fact that deprivation of freedom should always be the last alternative. According to the new migration agreement, states will have the authority to designate a state of emergency when migration services are overburdened by a large number of migrants. In such cases, regular procedures may be put on hold. However, CEAR cautioned that this could lead to further erosion of rights. Other organizations have also objected to the proposed reform in December, where over 50 NGOs, including Amnesty International and Oxfam, sent an open letter to the EU about the scheme human rights risk. The Conscious Pact was approved in the EU Parliament on Wednesday, despite opposition from far-right and far-left parties. Let us remind our respective viewers of today's headlines. Shias worldwide commemorate the 23rd demise anniversary of Imam Sayyid Muhammad al-Shirazi. Inspired by Sayyid al-Shuhada alayhi salam, who is Hussein charity continues to support poor people around the world. the EU's new migration pact to have devastating effects, says NGO. Also tonight, in partnership with Sayyid al-Shuhada Hawza, Misbah al-Hussein Foundation concludes its Quranic festivals. Reports from Sweden indicated that two individuals, a man and a woman, burned a copy of the Holy Quran in front of the Grand Mosque of Stockholm on the first day of Eid al-Fitr. This incident occurred after they obtained permission from the police to hold a public demonstration, the report said. In a press release issued by the Stockholm Mosque, they expressed their extreme dismay and deep disappointment at the decision of the police to grant permission to burn a copy of the Quran in front of the mosque on the day of Eid. The mosque emphasized that this incident comes in the context of escalating attacks and assaults against Muslims in Sweden. The statement also mentioned a series of hate crimes targeting their mosque in recent months, including breaking its windows and painting anti-Muslim symbols on its walls. And now we'll continue with some shorter news. 7 years after Myanmar's military, or Tatmadaw, tortured, raped and killed thousands of Rohingya and sent nearly 1 million fleeing into neighbouring Bangladesh, its soldiers are now pressing those who remain into service to support their struggling military campaign, the RFAA have reported. Yesterday, faced with mounting losses in Rakhine, the junta have been forcibly recruiting Rohingya in high numbers from the internally displaced camps in which they have been forced to live for years. Over the span of a single month, nearly 1,000 Rohingya refugees underwent military training in 3 separate batches, according to the RFA, which said the captives are threatened with violent deaths if they refuse to take part in the training, and their families would be targeted if they flee. A building originally erected for a community of Jewish converts to Islam in the Greek city of Thessaloniki held an Eid al-Fitr prayers on Wednesday, ABC News reported. About 70 worshippers, a mix of visiting tourists from Turkey and members of Greece's Muslim minority overseas, students studying in Thessaloniki and refugees who now call the northern Greek city home, attended the Eid prayers. Built in 1902 by Italian architect Vitellino Poselli, Yani Jami, situated in the narrow street in the center of the city, stopped being used as a mosque in the 1920s. The Greek population is overwhelmingly Orthodox Christian, with the Muslim community largely consisting of migrants and visitors, as well as a small Muslim minority in northeastern Greece. The UN climate chief Simon Still has warned that the World Bank must make a quantum leap in providing new finance to combat the climate crisis, The Guardian has reported. Still has emphasized the urgency of drawing up an international plan to cut greenhouse gas emissions and limit temperature rises, the article also added. The United Nations officer has highlighted the potential for global economic renewal through a shift to a low-carbon economy, emphasizing the benefits for both developed and developing countries. He has called for the reforms at development banks to enable greater access to climate finance for the developing world. Steele also urged the World Bank and governments to accelerate climate finance, addressing new sources of funds such as a frequent flyer, levy, and taxes on carbon emissions. A deadly truck accident in Baluchistan's Hub district late Wednesday night has claimed at least 18 lives and injured more than 50 after a vehicle fell in a ditch. Local news reported the truck was overspeeding and it went out of driver's control while negotiating a turn and fell into a ravine in a mountainous town as they approached the shrine. The police confirmed the passengers were on their way to Shah Noorani Sufi shrine in the city of Kuzdar, according to reports, when the accident happened during Eid al-Fitr. Road accidents with high fatalities are common in Pakistan, where safety measures are lax, driver training is poor, and transport infrastructure often discreet. Almost 100 people were killed last year alone during road incidents involving poor driving. Octopuses are at risk of losing vision and facing survival challenges due to rising ocean temperatures, a new study warns. According to an article published in The Guardian yesterday, researchers found that heat stress could lead to impaired eyesight, increased deaths of pregnant mothers and their unborn young. The study exposed octopuses to different temperatures, stimulating current and projected future summer temperatures. The article also added those exposed to high temperatures showed reduced production of proteins crucial for vision and experienced higher rates of unborn offspring and premature deaths of mothers. This study suggests that rising temperatures could have a detrimental impact on octopuses, even in highly adaptable taxa. In partnership with the Honourable Hawza of Sayyid al-Shuhada, the Misbah al-Hussein Foundation for Relief and Development has concluded its blessed Ramadan Quranic Festival for this year of 1445 after Hijrah. Abdul Sahib al-Kishwan, the director of Misbah al-Hussein Foundation, explained that this annual event is a part of a tradition that the foundation organizes during the blessed month of Ramadan. Al-Kishwan also added that the festival hosted experts on Holy Quran recitation and saw a large participation of families, youth and children alike. Such Quranic gatherings represent an opportunity for believers to strengthen their connection with the noble book of Allah and to participate in religious and educational activities. We have reached the end of today's Shia Waves show. Let's remind our dear viewers of today's headlines. Shias worldwide commemorate the 23rd demise anniversary of Imam Muhammad al-Shirazi. Inspired by Sayyid al-Shuhada, who is Hussein Charity continues to support poor people worldwide. EU's new migration pact to have devastating effects, says Spanish NGO. Two extremists burn copy of the Holy Quran in front of Grand Mosque of Stockholm on Eid Day. And in partnership with Sayyid al-Shuhada Hawza, Misbah al-Hussein Foundation concludes its Quranic festivals. You can view the latest news on our website, or you can send news of your city or country to be published on a news agency. Contact us on numbers at the bottom of your screen. Thank you for watching, and we pray to Allah the Almighty to hasten the reappearance of the Master of our time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
السلام عليك يا